Once they do that, we're going to go into standard number 1. Standard number 1 is identifying what the information needed. Okay? With this right here, the information needed is sound. Okay? Now, the students are going to have 2 choices. Use vinyl, use MP3. Okay, I have vinyl right here. I also have MP3 in my pocket, but it's really a jump drive, but you get the concept. And that's what they have to determine based upon accessibility, feasibility, and availability. Determine what they're going to use to get this information for sampling. Okay? Standard number 2 is actually accessing the material. All right, who says during a flipped classroom you have to stay within the brick and mortar? Okay? This is the part where we're going to go outside the classroom, because a lot of times some of the best education is outside the classroom to get hands-on. So we're going to actually go to the store to access the vinyl. Okay? And accessing, there's different classification systems and categories within the store, just like in a library catalog. In the stores, it's usually by genre and subgenre. Students need to understand that. Okay? Now, with these students, these neo students, millennial students know that. I don't know if they're really up to date with music stores. They're just so used to going online. But however, that would be, I think, a challenge for them. But still, it's still getting the aspect of searching the information they need. Number 3, critically evaluate, okay, and think about the information. Okay, so now the information is right here. It's on the record player, okay? What they like to do is sift through the record. So standard number 2, actually buy the record. Standard number 3, they're actually getting and listening to the music, okay? They're listening to the horn riffs. They're listening to the jazz riffs. They're thinking about creating in their brain. I was doing a puzzle with my son the other day. Okay, it was a puzzle of a line. Okay, we were using our brain and our eyes to pinpoint different, puzzles to put them together. We see the tail, we see the head, we see the legs, and we finally got it together. Musicians, they use their brain and their ears, auditory. So they see these horn riffs, jazz. They see these horn riffs, guitar riffs, beats, snares, all these different sounds and collages, so they can put in their brain, and then that's when it starts to click. So there's 2 different types of ways of getting there. Not only that, they have to think about the structure, okay? Song structure, chords, time signatures, key signatures. For instance, when thinking of these things, you have to worry about beats per minute, 4/4, 3/4. How many musicians do we have? Do we have any musicians? Okay. You have to think about structure, time chords. So 4/4, you have to think about beats. So what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Right? Or you might want to change it up. It might be 3/4. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Or if you want to cut it in half, 2/4, half, 4/4 is 2/4. So you would say 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. Okay, I know you like jazz stuff. So these are all the things that they're thinking about. Okay? And this is stuff we were talking about inside the class. Okay? Now, again, I said that we're only going to assess and really emphasize 4 and 5. How much time do I have? 4? Okay. So now, this is the part where they actually hook up. I have the MPC here. Okay? I don't have the actual one. It's in the fine arts department, but it is here. Okay? I hook it up to here, and this is where we create. All right? We spin the record. We take what we want to hear, horn riff, jazz riff, whatever it is, and we plug it into the MPC. Now we get to actually create by using these pads. We take certain sounds and we manipulate it into our own creation. So it's kind of like the final product. Right here, this standard would be, most of the time, would be writing a paper. This is producing a song. Okay? And standard number 5, copyright compliant. Okay, the activity for that would be, and before I move on, if you look on the back for you guys, there's an assessment for that. It would be authentic assessment for this standard. Okay? We're actually going to watch the students go through these measures and critique them and see how they do. And there's an actual song structure that they have to do as well. Okay, it's 56 measures, 3 verses, 2 choruses. They have to construct that as an assessment for that. Standard number 5, copyright compliant. Well, in order to, if you want to produce a song, you have to get permission from the artist, from the publisher. They need to know how many sections are being used. They need to know how much material is being used. They need to know what type of material it is. So therefore, here's more. It's just like writing a book, but it's in musical format. You still need to get things published. You still need to get citations, get clearance, but it's just in a musical form. Okay? And that will be done by summative assessment. We'll hand out literature about this in the semester. They will take a test. So we want to have a good